That's a really great question. And I come from more of what we'll call the commercial world before I came into nonprofits. And to me, the nonprofit, like we're an all volunteer organization right now, which includes myself. And so all of the funds at this time are going back into buying the bears and hopefully developing a kidney camp later this year and helping families. And so I would say that our biggest challenge comes in from fundraising and support, trying to find those people who want to come alongside our mission, and that's important. We were very fortunate to have Natera come along for the last 2 years and sponsor 2 sets of bears. We created Genie Bear and we created Ace Bear in those 2 years, and they've helped us reach over 8,000 families. But we wouldn't be able to do it without them because this was just a family-run initiative started by my husband and myself. And so I would say that's probably the biggest challenge. And I don't really look at it so much as a business, but more of a way to help other people. But I still think the challenges of trying to raise money and find those people is really where the difficulty comes in. The most rewarding part, it's interesting because I think that there's a lot of things that are rewarding when you run a nonprofit or where you're trying to help others. But I think the most rewarding part is actually seeing the impact that we're making and seeing, getting the patient stories, hearing the testimonials of what our bears have done and how we've come together. And I would say, being in a space where we're needed and validating that need is something that I don't think ever gets old or tiring. And I think that it keeps us going every single day since we are right now, volunteers. Yeah, we've had some really wonderful stories come in. I have to admit, I get very emotional reading them because there are real people behind the stories that receive our bears. Most recently, not too long ago in Instagram, I had a message come in from a donor. She's a young lady who donated her kidney to a little girl. And she had messaged me because she received a MinMinBear, the donor did. And she just thought it was a great cause. And so she went on our website and then she purchased another MinMinBear for her recipient, and they met at the park at the playground, and this little girl that was the recipient of her kidney as a living donation, she gifted her with one of our MinMinBears, and so now they each have their own. And the reason that it's so inspiring is that I was told that this little girl went down the slide with her bear. She brings her bear everywhere. It meant something to both the donor and the recipient. So not only now are we exchanging the gift of life, right? But now there's this gift that has a lot of meaning behind it. And it's really amazing to see the impact that we make. And that's just one of honestly dozens of stories that we get often. And some of them pull at your heartstrings, but that's the most recent and one of my most favorites. Yeah, so one of the things that I think differentiates us the most is our approach to what we're doing. And what I mean by that is we created bears to tell the story of the kidney journey. So not only are they used as a comfort piece, but they're also used as an educational component. So, for example, we started the collection telling the story of the recipient, which is MinMinBear. Then there's the donor, which is Albie Bear, and then you have Winsky Bear. Those are the three that started it. And Winsky is the caregiver and the friend in the situation. But when Natera came alongside of us last year and helped us to expand the collection, one of the things that we are missing in this educational piece is talking about genetics, because for someone like myself who has a genetic condition, a lot of times a biopsy for years and years and years has been the only solution to finding out your disease, the origin of your disease, or even if you have the disease. And so I never wanted to get a biopsy. It's invasive and it's painful. And I found out that I could get it from a blood test. So what we decided to do was we realized that this teaching of genetics was missing when we talk about kidney disease. So that's when we added Genie Bear last year to teach about genetics. So now you have recipient, donor, caregiver, and genetics, since it's all a part of it. And then this year, fast forward, we added a new bear, Ace Bear, and he encompasses all the things that we talk about: advocacy, comfort, and education. And he comes with a coloring book now. And so to kind of sum up the entire thing of it is that we are an educational piece for patients, but we're also offering something beyond that, which is filling that gap and that void of comfort that's needed. And so we like to think of ourselves as kind of multifaceted, but doing it in a way that's fun and interesting, somewhat entertaining, and hopefully we can developing things to interweave in the story as we go. So one of the ways that we raise awareness is through our MinMinBear challenge. And what we do is we challenge patients to live their best life, whatever that looks like. Because at this point, everybody's life is different, right? We can't mimic what we see on social media, right? We have to live what we have and where we're at. And so our MinMinBear challenge is a 4-step challenge, and you can do it with one of our bears or one of your own bears. And what we do is we encourage patients to use this challenge to live their own life, their best life, post that life on social media with their bear, and then encourage their friends and family to not only follow along, but join in so that we can all raise awareness about not only kidney disease, but the people who are living with kidney disease every single day. We have lots of ways to support. People can go on our website and sign up to do a bear packing event in their area. Those are new and they're rolling out, but we've done them in Texas where we had a corporation that came along and we did a bear packing, and then we delivered all of those bears to their local children's hospitals with kidney transplant recipients and dialysis patients. We are also looking for more sponsors to help us tell our story and kind of join alongside of us, like Natera has done. And then we are also looking for people who want to be involved and volunteer, and also hospitals. If you are a physician or a nurse in a dialysis center, and you're seeing this, or you're a child life specialist and you'd like donated bears, I'd like to connect with you because we are trying to bring comfort to your patients and to your population, as well as educational resources. So there's lots of ways to get involved. You can check it out on our website.